IBM Venture Capital has been established for 12 years. We invest in VC funds. We're investors in about 70 funds around the world, but we also do a lot of work that doesn't involve capital. And what I mean by that is we spend a lot of time with entrepreneurs and with our clients who are interested in finding innovation, and we try and we run a global competition. We have a global mentor network, and we bring these startups to these mentors and help them develop and grow and ultimately find capital. We run it in 18 cities around the world, and each city we go to, we try and find the best mentors we can, put them together, the most interesting startups. They come together for a couple of days, and then we pick a winner, and those winners go through to a global finals. We made a conscious decision not to offer money as the prize, and that was a bit of a risk, but what we wanted to do was to find entrepreneurs who saw the value in working with this mentor network. So getting access to some of these superstars who built amazing businesses, invested in amazing businesses, and also saw a potential relationship with IBM. And so that was a tough decision, but it was the right decision. And we've been very focused on making sure the quality of the companies and the quality of mentors is really high, because ultimately it's about people. It's about getting the best people we can and putting together. So, it sounds very simple. In practice, it's quite hard to do that. These folks give up their time for free. They're very busy people, but hopefully we've designed it in such a way as they enjoy it, they get some value out of it themselves, and they also give back to the community. So when we started the program, we thought about being quite prescriptive and saying, we're interested in smart cities. So that means healthcare, energy, water, transportation, those types of things. But we decided to leave it open. It was the best thing we could have done, because we found companies who were doing analytics in forests. We would have never thought of that, right? We found companies who are doing anti-counterfeiting of pharmaceuticals in Africa. So the common theme is there's an analytics base to it, there's a big database to it, but also that they're focusing on things that our customers care about. Our customers being healthcare providers, governments, transportation companies. And so on the one hand you have these large organizations that are looking for innovation, on the other hand you have these startups that are disrupting and doing interesting things in those spaces, and what we're trying to do is bring the two of those together. I think the VC model is changing, the traditional VC model is changing. It's an exciting area to be in at the moment. A lot of corporates are figuring out that there's a huge leverage that they can get if they can figure out how to work with this community. And today is a good example, right? It's a full house in there. It's a 2-day event. There's corporate ventures across all different industries coming together. I think it's still quite early days. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out what model will work for their company, and I think it's you have to be very thoughtful about that. But it's exciting to see this, and it's exciting to see how this model is changing and evolving. I think it's a long-term game, and I think the worst thing you can do is jump in and jump out. I think you should start small and experiment. So I think this is it's a bit like being an internal startup. You got to figure out what works, and you got to make sure people understand that it's going to change and it's going to evolve, and people have to feel comfortable with that, and also that there's going to be a rate of failure. And that's something that maybe doesn't sit well with a lot of corporates, but you got to try and do lots of small experiments. You got to get out and be active in the community, right? I don't think you can do this from behind a desk. I think you need to come to events like this. You got to meet people, you got to network, you got to try and learn, you got to try and add value, and just be present, just be there. I think turning up at events like this and the other events that are around the world, I think is a very important part of it.